Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to it. Welcome to what? Well, welcome to another edition of Player One versus Player Two. I am, of course, Eric Logan Summit. Logan Radio Rocks on Twitch, YouTube, Fruit Lab, and all the other social media platforms out there. You can check out my feet pics on OnlyFans, and I am of course joined by the one and only. He's a Facebook gaming partner, he's an ex-Mixer partner, he is our woodsy neighbor to the north, your friend and mine. Good afternoon, House of Hydra, how are you?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
I do not know where the library is.
Where the library is.
I do not know where the library is. That's probably one of the only sentences in Spanish outside of telling somebody to get back to work, bring plates to the line, or no, it's not your break yet.
I don't know any of those. I just know to ask where the library is because now here, people might say that's a useless tool, but I think it's actually pretty smart because A, the library is a local place usually that you could go to get away from bad weather, sit around in. B, you could read a book. And C, there's a bathroom. So technically, and there's probably a vending machine somewhere.
Of course there is. All right. A library is a great place.
Technically,
yes.
I'm just gonna say, technically, I think it's one of the smartest sentences you could ever learn. And I just wanted, where did I learn it from though? What was it from? I can't remember. It was on something when I was a kid. I remember seeing it.
I have no idea. Dara?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Dora? How is it Dora?
I have
Dora.
no idea.
I guess she is Spanish, so it is kind of like, yeah, it could be Dora.
It could be. She used to do a lot of Spanish words on her show.
She did. There's a lot of really cool educational shows actually out there, but and then you probably wouldn't even know like what they are, right? Like you just kind of come across them on YouTube. But one of the latest ones that I found, I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's funny because, as you know, I'm a new TikToker, but I've never made a TikTok video. Actually, I did. I got taken down, remember? So really, I'm still salty. But anyways, so I watch TikTokers, and one of my favorites is this lady. She does the Russian swear word of the day.
Oh, that's good.
I've saved her. So just in case I'm like in the middle of a Call of Duty game, I'm playing with some Russian kid. I'll like grab my phone. Like, just wait a second, motherfucker. just give me a second. I gotta listen. Yeah, but she's actually pretty funny how she does it. So I don't know. I enjoy it.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad you enjoy the Russian swear word of the day. That would have come in very handy with me with an ex-girlfriend of mine. We used to do Russian words, one Russian word at night before bed, and then we would go through all the other Russian words so that eventually I was able to have a couple sentences in Russian while I was dating her. I can't do it anymore, but back then I could. It was 5 or 6 years ago. And I remember one time I offered up my seat on the bus to an elderly Russian woman, and I spoke Russian to her, and she started speaking back to me like I could have a full conversation with her. And she was very displeased to find out very quickly that as I could give her my seat, that was about it. That was about it. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, the weather's changing. It's getting colder. Out here in Canada, it's been like, it was like 30 degrees. We had like one of the craziest summers. That was like one of the hottest.
That's warm though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Celsius to Fahrenheit. So that would be like, I think our highest was, I want to say, is 140. Is that too high? I don't, hold on.
Yeah, that's probably too high.
So that's like hell.
Yeah. Well,
so the highest we hit, I think we hit a 38. So 100.4.
All right, 104 is pretty damn hot, man. That is in fuego.
100. Yeah. So like in the shop, like for the guys, they were at about 104. And then so like to us it was crazy. And then we went to like a I guess you could say down to about a 90 or an 80. And then all of a sudden now, boom! I'll tell you know what this morning was. You know what this morning was? Here, hold on. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Let me just tell you, because it's important. This morning, woke up. It was 46.4 Fahrenheit.
Okay, all right. So
like that's what I mean. it'll be it'll just happen like that. You know what I mean? It'll come out of nowhere. So
Okay.
I don't know. Does your weather swing like that?
No,
Heavy?
no,
No.
not at all.
Like, you
It's
don't-
been
you don't
like
miss
about
events?
it's been about 93 here lately. A couple days were overcast and it was 73 to 78 a couple days this week. But you know, that's pretty much it. It's just been hot, muggy, and summery.
Okay. You know, well, talking about how the weather changes, we were at, speaking of concerts, we were at, I went to AC/DC, right? They came to.
When did you do that?
and That would have been, I want to say mid 2000s.
Oh, all right. So
So
you're not
late-
talking
well,
about you
probably-
just went to see AC/DC, because we weren't talking about concerts. You said
No, no, no,
speaking
no,
of
no,
concerts.
it's about the weather. About the weather. Hold on. No. I'm getting to the point. So, anyways, we went to go see AC/DC. This was in mid 2000s, and yeah, smoke weed. And it was at the Edmonton Eskimo Stadium, which is an open stadium.
Yeah.
So when we drove there, because everybody goes early, right? We don't
Yeah,
tailgate. There's no
Hold on, you
tailgating
don't.
in Canada.
So then why do you go early? If you don't
Because people go
tailgate,
early, they go like, I'm talking like, you know, like the concert starts at like 6 or whatever. People are there at like 3, 4.
Yeah, but
People,
if you
there's
can't
restaurants around.
tailgate-
People go do drinks downtown, and then they kind of trample
you
in.
guys
So
do it. You
anyways,
fancy tailgating. I get it.
yeah, fancy tailgate. We don't go sit in a parking lot and have sex in our RVs with our cousin.
Well,
What we do,
that's only country
is-
concerts.
listen, I don't know. I just heard rumors. But anyways, so to get back to the weather thing, how quick it changes. We go to AC/DC. We're outside. It's like beautiful. The weather is like killer. So hot. You know, guys are walking around with their shirts off. Girls are trying to maybe get little, you know, they're cutting their shirts up, putting the things in them. We get into the concert. We're on the ground. There's tarps everywhere. It starts getting a little bit darker. All of a sudden, boom. The storm comes out of nowhere, like out of nowhere, and we are honestly on this tarp, and it is pouring rain and thunderstruck's playing. There's lightning. You can YouTube it. If you take a look at that, there's actually a video of the concert, and it's insane. So we get massive, drastic weather changes out here, and it affects us. And I just remember one being at a concert.
Okay.
Do you go to lots of concerts?
No, never been to any concerts. I've never gone to any live music ever. I was on the radio for a very long time, so I went to a lot of concerts. Most recently, I was supposed to attend a Kiss concert, but because of the weather, it got delayed originally. Last Sunday, the reason that we didn't have a show was I was supposed to work at this Kiss concert, and I've never seen Kiss. Personally, I think Kiss is one of the most overrated bands ever. I get why people like them. I get why they're popular. They're an arena rock band, and I understand arena rock. I worked with Dee Snider, for Christ's sakes. I get it. But I've never seen them live, so I did want to do that because no matter what you think of their music, their live show coupled with their music is supposed to be awesome. So I wanted to do that. Well, we had a hurricane and it got canceled, and it just got moved to Monday. So I'm like, all right, I'll take Sunday off, and then I'll take Monday off. Screw it, we'll do it on Monday. Then they canceled Monday. Hurricane comes, nothing to write home about, but Paul Stanley on the other side tests positive for COVID. And it's supposed to be Kiss's last tour ever, which is why I wanted to get involved in the show. But that being said, their last tour ever was in 1995. So they've been doing this last tour ever for 20 years now, or 15 years.
They've been around.
They've been around for quite a while. So I never I still haven't seen Kiss, but yeah, I've been to a lot of concerts, and being on the radio for a long time, I was on the radio for over 10 years. So we went to a lot of shows, and you wanted to talk about music today. So I took down some of my backstage passes, and I figured we would go through some of my backstage passes. It's got to be like a time capsule, man. It's got to be like a time capsule.
Is that a good time capsule? Or is that like when a teenage boy opens his sock drawer and a whole bunch of souls leave? Ooh. Time
No,
capsule.
I mean, it's just from older. I haven't killed anybody at a concert. I don't know what you guys do up there in Canada.
Plenty of drinking.
Oh
There
yeah,
must have
there's
been
definitely
plenty
plenty of
of-
drinking.
Perhaps some fornication. Perhaps.
Oh,
odd.
most of these shows I was working at, but yeah, I mean, so these are all the backstage passes, and these aren't even all of them. These are
Oh
just
my
these
God.
are just some of them.
Am
I've
I
got
the only person that references backstage passes with Wayne's World?
no,
Or do they walk around? They're holding the stage up to go to the back and see Alice Cooper.
yeah. You do that, you get kicked out.
See it?
Backstage isn't that cool, anyways. To be quite honest with you. All right, here's one from Poison.
Ooh, love Poison.
Yeah, there's one from Poison.
What do you remember at all? What you would have? Oh, you've been working, so you.
That one I was working. This is one of my favorite passes because it's got well, you'll see. It's got Clint Eastwood on it. And this is a Buck Cherry concert that I was a stage manager for.
What?
Go Ahead, Make My Day tour.
Oh.
Now, my favorite pass that I have, this is my Blink 182. When I put them on stage and watch this show. Watch Blink 182.
Blink 182.
With freaking D. Snyder on the side of the stage.
Get out of here.
And there was 35,000 people at this show, and it was Radio 104 Fest, and they gave us these great local crew passes, and this had Daisy Duke on it. Check this bad boy out. I know it's kind of a little bit hard to see, but this is my favorite pass.
Oh, that's the original Daisy Duke. Too,
Yeah,
not the Jessica Simpson one.
no, not Jessica Simpson. This is the
no
original.
Jessica Simpson one. We're not getting the Wish.com version of Daisy.
No, you get the real one.
Is it just me, or am I the only person who loves that reference? If I could use the Wish.com reference on everything, I will.
But here's the thing.
sorry.
So then on the backside of that is a Radio 104, one of the radio stations I worked for, the WMRQ Meltdown from March 13th, 2001. From March 13th, 2001. And these were the bands that were at it. Check this show out. Oleander, Fuel, and
Fuel.
and Three Doors Down.
3 Doors Down. Kryptonite.
3 Doors Down, dude.
Get yourself a little Kryptonite.
Yeah, dude.
How many times did you overplay that song as a youth?
Oh.
God, I think I destroyed it.
Here's the funny thing is I tried to get them to
tough.
do a block party when I ran this nightclub, when we would do these huge block parties for like 8,000 people. I had Smash Mouth at one of them, and we'll get to that in just a little bit.
Smash Mouth.
Oh yeah, I used to be friends with Steve Harwell, but and here's the thing.
That's a skeleton.
I need you to
That's called.
I need you to take a guess at how much the first quote for 3 Doors Down to play a block party. Guess how much money they quoted me.
3 Doors Down. What
Yeah.
year would it have been?
This is 2000. I don't know, 2010.
Okay, so this is well after Kryptonite came out.
Oh yeah, 3 Doors.
Okay. I'm gonna go 15K.
15K. No, they wanted $250,000. They started out at, and it was funny because I was like, hold on a second.
What?
Well, like Smash Mouth started at 55,000. So, but like, yeah, they started at $250,000. I don't think they understood what kind of show I was trying to put on, but I was like, hold on a second. There's no you don't go from quoting me $220,000 to to getting down to 10,000. Or like
Wow,
8,000.
That's an insane amount.
Yeah, or like 8,000. I think they thought like it was like a show. Then I've got this WCCC, which was our competition for POD. Do you remember POD?
Yes, I'm so alive.
Right?
Yeah, okay. I remember POD was great, man.
All right, now here's another one for check this lineup for Radio
Okay,
104 on May 12th, 2001. May 12th,
May
2001.
2001. Where was I? Okay, hold on. I graduated in 2000.
Okay.
So this is me right after, living my best. Give it to me.
All right, Tantric,
Tantric. Oh, that's a good one.
Stained,
Breakdown. Stained?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Yeah, Stained.
Ooh, it's been a while.
It has been a while, hasn't it, Aaron Lewis? Boy Hits Car. I don't know if anybody remembers them. And,
I can't say I do.
And then Disturbed is the headliner. Oh boy, dude.
Can we go to Boy Hits Car for a sec?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't remember
Can you tell
them.
me a little bit about them?
I can't. I don't.
Okay, so like
You're gonna
that's
have to
gotta
use
be like
Google.
yeah, that's the we're gonna sneak my kids band. I'm the guy who's putting together this concert. Shit, I'm gonna put my son's band in there. Third set. Smash between Disturbed and who? What was it? Stained?
Yeah.
Smash.
Yeah.
My son's
And
garage band
Stained.
between Stained and Disturbed.
Right.
Jesus. That's what a time.
Oh
What
my
a time
God.
to be alive.
Check
I'd say.
this pass out. All right, this is for a classic rock. Lich was this huge radio guy back in the day. I must have been 19 or 18 or 17 or really young. This is a summer concert series. It doesn't say what year, but check this out. Check this. This is over a 2-week period for a classic rock like Meadow Music Theater, like Bonanza. You've got the Jay Giles Band, followed the next day by the Allman Brothers, followed the next day by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers,
Oh, that would have been a good show to see.
followed the next day by Motley Crue and the Scorpions,
Oh,
followed
when's
the
it change?
next day by Rat, Round and Round, and Poison, nonetheless. And then the last,
Round and round.
right? And then the
That's a
last
good
day,
tune.
Steve Miller Band and George Thorogood.
Steve Miller Band, eh?
Yeah, Steve Miller Band, eh?
I don't. That was a good. That's a good one. Steve Miller Band's a good one.
So
I love to see him.
then there's this guy right here, which is the Playboy 50th Anniversary Club Tour. I was managing the largest nightclub in Connecticut called the Brickyard Cafe. I was only like 26 or 27 at the time, and they went to 50 states and they went to one club in each state for the night. And my club was the club, and it was awesome, and that's what the party was. There were playmates there. I had Lundqvist, the newly retired goalie from the Rangers. Well, he wasn't on the Rangers yet.
Lundqvist,
Yeah,
yes.
he was a
Did
he was a
even know
goalie.
English?
He spoke English. Yeah, he wasn't good at
Okay.
it, but he was a goalie for the freaking minor league team, the Hartford Wolfpack at the time, and he was there. Yeah, we were hanging
into
out.
the bar, Donda Esta la Biblioteca,
Exactly,
like
yes,
Lundqvist.
yes. Yeah, it's,
Son of a
seriously, everybody's
bitch.
like, and that's our Lundqvist. You know? Seriously. All right. Then I've got who's this? Oh, here you go. Here's an exclusive performance and autograph signing for your favorite band, Good Charlotte, dude.
Good Charlotte. Wow.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of angst in that signing.
Oh my
Lot of
God.
angst.
This is
A lot
so
of eyeliner.
This is so funny. This is all right. So this is an All I'm in the Family show for Radio 104, October 26th,
Oh,
2001. But
I
what's
think I can call this. Hold on. Let me guess. All of the Family there was Korn,
yeah,
Limp Bizkit.
yeah.
I want to say Marilyn Manson was there.
Yeah, probably. I don't have a complete list of the show. But you started it off right. What's funny about it is I flipped it over, and it's signed on the back by Jessica Carter. Love always. Jessica Carter is a stripper that ex-stripper that I was friends with, who was dating Nick Carter at the time. I doubt exclusively, but she did have a credit card and whatnot. And I used to hang out with Nick and the Backstreet Boys when they were we went bowling twice. On 2 separate occasions, I've been bowling with the Backstreet Boys. So take that. What you want with
I
it.
don't really think I would. I don't know if that's. I don't think many people could say that.
I don't think many people could say
I
that either.
went bowling twice with the Backstreet Boys.
Now here's that Radio 104 Fest with Blink-182. I found my list. This is my working pass that shows me all the different stages with all the different radio personalities,
Yeah.
all the different bands, all the different times. Basically, this tells you where you need to be and where everybody else is on the day. So let's find out who's all right. So check this out. You guys want to hear the rundown for this freaking show? This is Radio 104 Fest. When I was on the radio, the headliner was Blink 182, and that
was the headliner.
That was the headliner, and I watched on the side of the stage with D. Snyder. So it was Blink.
Did Our Lady Peace show up?
I don't know, but check this out. Blink 182, Green Day, Saves the Day.
Okay.
The Used, Riddlin' Kids, Reveille, Headstrong, Andrew WK, who is now married to Kat Dennings, Abandoned Pools, Kawarshi, Unwritten Law, Two Skinny Jays, Mest, Sugar Cult, Good Charlotte, BMRC, Remy Zero, Trick Turner. Then we've got, I think that might have been it. That might have been it. But just think about that. Blink 182. You see Green Day opened up for Blink 182. Just that's your main shows. Saves the Day opened up for Green Day, who opened up for Blink 182.
Blink 182 was the Green Day had their thing in the night, so that would have been Blink 182 kind of took over. Right?
Oh yeah, Blink 182 was huge at this point. This is before Green Day. Everybody decided Green Day was a great band. I mean, everybody loved Green Day at this point, but they weren't going on tour as a 6-piece. You know, they were still like a 3 or 4-piece. They hadn't incorporated acoustic guitars and pianos and shit into their stuff yet. But I will tell you, I'm watching this show on the side of the stage. I'm drunk off my ass. I had been drinking with Sugar Cult on their tour bus and Mest as well, and Good Charlotte as well. We were all hanging out, getting stupid, and
getting stupid with Good Charlotte.
Just getting stupid with Good Charlotte.
I just want to live.
And so I'm sitting there drunk off my ass, and D. Snyder's sitting there, and we're looking at Blink 182 perform, and he looks at me and he goes, "You know what, man? Except for Travis, these guys don't know how to play their instruments to save their lives, but boy, do they put on a hell of a performance." And he's right, man. They're just running around the stage being crazy and shit. And the last show that I saw before the pandemic was on my birthday. I saw Blink 182, the new Blink 182, with Lil Wayne. And the new Blink 182 with that Airships or whatever the new lead singer, whatever band he's from. He just sat there and he wasn't running around, and he was wearing a baseball cap through the entire thing, and he just sat there in front of the microphone. He wasn't being a part of the shenanigans, man, that I was used to with Blink 182. So I'll tell you that was a little bit of a disappointment. And now here is you're gonna hate me for this one, man. I did this probably 2, maybe 3 years in a row. I was a judge for the Tropic Beauty Model Search Contest.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. Tropic Beauty Model Search Contest. I was a judge for that shit.
How could you not be proud of that?
Oh, no, you got to be proud of that. Here's my Smash Mouth block party pass with Steve Harwell. And this, so I had met Steve a bunch of times, and I hadn't seen him in about 4 years, and I wanted to have him here for a block party, and I got in touch with his agency, and his agency was like, yeah, he'll do it for, the band will do it for $55,000. And I was like, absolutely not. And I'm like, I'm just gonna call Steve, and he was like, that's not the way this works. And he was like, and I was like, this is exactly the way this works. So he was just mad because I was taking money out of his end, you know. So I got Smash Mouth here for $21,000 and 9 hotel rooms, and 2 of those hotel rooms for like 3 or 4 days, because Steve stayed in town for a while longer than anticipated. Anyway, so he gets here, and right before he gets here, his old tour manager that I was friends with sent me a very cryptic text message saying that he wishes that he could come say hi, but he's not going to be touring with Steve right now, and that his tour manager is this other guy who's very cool, who was also Dennis Leary's tour manager at the time. And so I was kind of weirded out by that, but I figured out why it was, because Steve had gone back to drinking and using drugs. Yeah. You have tour managers that are with you when you're sober, and you have tour managers that are with you when you're not. And it was funny too, because I brought it up to him, man. I was like, dude, what are you doing? man, you're doing cocaine and drinking again? Like, why? What's up? He's like, man, my wife and I are together. I make $400,000 a year if I don't leave my house, just off of my music playing on the radio. What am I supposed to do? Go back to college? And I was like, you know what, man? I get it. Like,
start a bakery.
I guess. Well, you know,
that's what I would do.
He was playing with flour, but it was the different kind of white stuff, man. So yeah, that was insane. But
I never met a lot of celebrities, you could say. I never we didn't party in the same circles, you could say. But I did go to lots of shows, and I did meet a lot of weird people, and I go to a lot of weird shows. I like a lot of European stuff. I like a band called Him.
I know Him.
Yeah, Him is a really good band.
A band that I managed played with them in freaking on a radio station gig in Central Square in New York City.
Yeah, I've been a big fan of them, and I went and saw them at a place called Reds in Edmonton at West Edmonton Mall. And
were they opening up for Tiffany?
No, they were the headliner actually in this place, and they brought a band with them, or I think the band was from over there. They could have been from the States. I don't know. Their name is Dahlman, and it was a really, really, really good show. And it was like this dark gothic type of metal, like love music or whatever. But it's hard to explain. You have to listen to it. But I remember being outside walking, like waiting in line to get in. Like we're in a parking lot. Some people are waiting in their cars. People are outside. There's the smokers, all that stuff. And I just remember looking around, and I remember I remember this is before I was married here with my wife. She was with me, and she was like, there's a lot of weird looking people, a lot of messed. It's gonna be a pretty crazy concert, eh? And I was like, yeah, it might get pretty crazy. And I remember, the whole time we're people watching, and we get inside and we start getting some drinks, and we're standing there, and as the concert's going off, the music's loud. It's, it's good. It's hard. People are drinking, but it was like the calmest event ever. It was like all those people took 2 hours off of being who they were, and they were just like enjoying the music, drinking beers and wines, and I was like, this is actually probably the most comfortable concert I've ever been to. And like metal music is just playing, and it's loud, and it's in your face, and the guy is going crazy. But he must have enjoyed the shit out of it.
Seems very
They must
German.
have enjoyed it because they just got to perform like they were in their band, like their garage. And it was one of the best concerts that I've been to because you were very close. I kind of like those ones.
Oh,
where you're
yeah.
like super close. Like there was always there was a concert I used to watch all the time over and over again on Much Music, which is obviously the Canadian version of MTV, and there was Nirvana Unplugged in New York.
Oh yeah,
and I always wanted to be at that concert.
Have you ever seen any of the other unplugs? The whole series is amazing. And by the way, the cardigan sweater that he wore during that performance sold recently for $365,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never seen any Unplugged other ones on there. I should
Really?
look it up.
Oh my God,
But-
Jay-Z did it. LL Cool J did it. Everybody did. Like so many people did it.
Really?
The Unplugged series is just amazing. Yeah, you gotta check out the Unplugged.
I
Eric
would
Clapton,
love to see those.
who's no one likes right now. Everybody's upset with him. But I've sat on. You know what? I sat on the side of the stage for a lot of shows. I sat right behind Robbie Krieger from The Doors, man, while he performed. I sat like I could have reached my hand out and touched his foot for a Misfits show, and I sat in a seat where the stage started right here, and the barricade was on the other side of us, and my girlfriend and I sat here with two chairs and a thing in the middle to rest our drinks on, and G Love and Special Sauce was like right there. I sat on the side of the stage for so many different bands, but those are the ones. You know what? Those shows like stand out in my mind. I sat on the side of the stage. Oh my God, for this one show with a Goldfinger and the Riddlin Kids and Catch 22 and Mess and all these bands, and one of the bands was getting off the tour, and so systematically during their last song, the rest of the bands, when we everybody came on stage and we started breaking down their drum kit while they were playing the last song and passing it to people in the crowd. And all these tour managers start jumping off the stage trying to get the freaking drum kit back.
Yeah, well, we're with the movers. We'll just start taking this stuff.
People were like, "Oh man, this is awesome," and the rest of the bands were just passing cymbals to the audience members, and they're just passing everything back and whatnot. But I remember, here's one for one of your Canadian artists here. Check this one out. This is the Kiss 95.7, another radio station that I worked at in 2002. This is the Last Chance Summer Dance. So Naughty by Nature, Not 'Cause I Hate You was there, which they invited me at this show to go to the reopening of the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, where they were playing with Parliament Funkadelic, and I did go to that show, which is awesome. I went to that show; it was absolutely amazing. But so this is the Last Chance Summer Dance with a band. I think these were a female group. I don't remember any of their songs, but they were 3LW. 3LW.
I remember 3LW.
You do?
I know who 3LW is. Yeah.
Okay, now here's somebody who's not with us anymore. Biz Markie. Biz Markie.
Oh, Biz Markie sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Waiting for my bowels to move. I gotta doo-doo. I gotta doo-doo.
And his little cousin Mario.
Mario.
Yeah, his little cousin
he
Mario.
Died?
No. Mario's still alive, but Biz Marquis.
Oh yeah, Mario's still alive. He had that really greasy
No, but I'm saying Mario
hair.
was on the bill. Mario played the concert.
Okay. Oh yeah, he had really greasy hair. Hopefully they had mops on that.
And
bill.
then check this out. This is your Canadian love. Who do you think it is?
Choclair.
No.
Okay, hold on. Don't tell me. Well, if it's not Choclair, it won't be the Rascals. Canadian. No. It's right around the time of. It's not Tom Green.
It's not Tom Green. It's never Tom Green.
Hold on. Let me just think. There's got to be someone else that I'm missing here. Is it Nelly Furtado?
No, but that's a good guess. That's a really good guess.
She wasn't there yet. Okay.
That's a really good guess.
So then I'm getting closer.
You're gonna kick yourself.
I don't know. Okay, tell me.
Avril Lavigne.
Why you gotta be so complicated? Why is she with Naughty by Nature?
Not 'Cause I Hate You. She was so angry about being on this show. She hated being on this show. She was in a bad mood the entire time. She was a bitch to everybody. She was super pissed off about being on that show.
Why would they put her with Naughty by Nature?
But Naughty by Nature, Biz Markie, 3LW, and Mario.
And 3LW is three African American beautiful lady singers,
right?
Back in the 90s.
Yeah, they were like they were like freaking
They were before Destiny's Child.
Yes, exactly. Destiny's Child or whatever.
They were banging. Man.
Here's another backstage pass that you'll be jealous of for some show, an all access pass for Girls Gone Wild.
Oh.
One of the Girls Gone Wild events that I did. And here's the only pass that I could find from when I was at ESPN. I did a live broadcast. I was broadcasting live from the GHO, which was the Greater Hartford Open, which used to be the Sammy Davis Jr. Classic, which is now the Travelers Classic. It's a PGA event, and I used to. One of the things that I did was live updates from golf tournaments. At one point in my career at ESPN, I did live radio updates at golf tournaments, and this is proof of it right here. This is proof of it. If you can believe that shit, I did live updates at golf tournaments.
19 degrees outside.
No, I made him fun. Yeah. I remember the dude had the last name Tanaka, so I used to call him Professor Tanaka. And No to Be Gay, I used to. You have fun with the names.
Man, yeah, I never. I like smaller concerts. Out here, like in St. Albert, we have a thing called the Rainmaker Rodeo. So we get a whole bunch of. I know, hilarious. So we get a whole bunch of like rock bands that are now past their prime, you could say. So,
All right, give me an example of who you think is past your prime, because I saw
Loverboy's played quite a bit.
Oh my God, Loverboy? Why are they Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah,
Triumph
of course they are.
played out here.
Who? Triumph? That's not even a rock band. Don't.
Streetheart.
Who?
I don't know if you're familiar with Streetheart.
No.
Like these are
These are
rock,
terrible
right?
Canadian bands that no one likes.
These are not terrible Canadian bands. These are rock and roll.
Are the Bare Naked
classic
Ladies there?
rock. No. You know what?
No, because the Bare
That's a
Naked
tough-
Ladies are too big for this.
Hold on, this is a very tough subject for me, and you know the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah,
is. I have
the
a very
cocaine.
hard time with this
The
because,
cocaine.
like, they threw away. I never got to see the Bare Naked Ladies in a concert.
They're great.
And I'm really upset because yes, they go watch this PC thing where they get inducted in the Canadian Hall of Fame, and Stephen Page comes back and they play together. All that was blue balls. You just gave me blue balls for wanting Bare Naked Ladies to be back together.
I read
and
the
it's never
book.
gonna
I
happen.
read the book, man, because I interviewed them. And I have the book right over here. I don't remember which one of them wrote it, but there was a book about how they got started. And I think one of the coolest stories about the Bare Naked Ladies
Oh my God.
is that their tape, their cassette tape, I think it was called the Yellow Tape or something like that,
Yeah.
became so popular that their dad had to quit his day job just to hand manufacture putting these tapes together and doing all of that in their garage. And they sold hand to hand. These guys
Yeah.
sold more than 60,000 of those tapes.
So how they really blew up is on that same program, Much Music, they had a thing called Speaker's Corner. And in Speaker's Corner, what it was a segment for Much Music, so like MTV, if you're new to the channel right now. So they would do this segment where people could get into a booth. It was an old red telephone booth, like the one of Doctor Strange, kind of like, you know, that old style.
Yeah.
And you would go in there and there's a camera and you'd press a button and you would do something. You could tell your opinion, you could tell off the world, you could whatever you wanted to do, you could do it. And some artists would go in there and sing. Well, the Bare Naked Ladies, you can watch it on YouTube. They cram themselves, all of them, into the telephone booth and they sang a song. And the song went crazy. So I'm going to use my air quotes here. It went viral. And back then there was no viral. Like it wasn't. Yeah. It was like
not a thing back then.
They kept showing that one and in their commercials. So when you wouldn't see it anywhere else.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah, Much Music. And between their segments, they would cut in Speaker's Corner bits to fill up dead air. And that was one that played a lot of the times, and people kept saying, hey, come, we want those guys. We want those guys.
In TV speak, it's called a bumper, by the way.
Is it?
So, yeah, just so you know, it's called a bumper. Yeah, it is.
I like that.
There you go. I just dropped some knowledge.
Knowledge drop. Drop. I like your shirt today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's a Beastie Boys shirt.
Boys.
Indeed. The only band that I truly regret not the only band that I truly regret ever seeing. But I never saw it. I never got to see the Beastie Boys live. I might have even been at a show. I think I was at a Lollapalooza that they performed at, but I don't remember watching them perform. So that's really disappointing for me on a bunch of different levels. But, you know, there was probably a big, copious amounts of booze and I was probably plied with other drugs as well. Love the Beastie Boys. So I remember one of the other things that I said, I remember Tom Petty was coming through and I said, well, we'll just see him next year. And it was the last year that Tom Petty was around. I regret I couldn't get free tickets to see Prince, but I could get good tickets, but they were like $324. And I was like, I've never paid for I went for like 20 years to shows. I still don't remember. Can't remember the last time I bought tickets to a show, to be quite honest with you, still to this day. And
I wouldn't mind going to something again, like now that it's opening up.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I've worked some shows. I worked the Black Crowes, and I worked a couple country acts, and and I worked in another show as well this year, but that's working in the back, that's working. I wouldn't want to be walking around at a concert quite yet. Stuff is still a little bit crazy around here, around these parts.
I saw Huey Lewis
In the freaking news, or was it just Huey Lewis?
Huey Lewis in the news. It was at River Cree Resort and Casino in out here. And I went with Whiskey J, which Great Big J, which you guys know that he's one of my best friends. And guy I game with all the time, and a guy who helped me create the House of 1,000 Streamers. And so his brother came, my dad came, and we went to Huey. And I've got pictures of this. And we got really, really. This is when I was drinking, so I was still a veteran at it. And we decided to drink at the back by the bar. Just stand. We had tickets and everything, but it was like in imagine Huey on stage and maybe I'm gonna say 400, 500 people in like a dome 10. So you didn't have to have levels. It's just all chairs, 2 bars in the back, like you're at a wedding, and it was just Huey and the band going nuts. So anyways, we stood in the back, and we decided, screw it. Like nobody wanted to drink, it didn't seem. So we were like, well, we'll take advantage of this. And the drinks were super cheap, and they liked us because we were obviously some of their only customers. And so we decided to get really, really hammered. There's a picture next to a poster of Kenny Rogers, and I'm professing my love to him. Then I tried to fight Matt, Jay's brother, in front of my dad in the center of the bar at the casino. And then my dad pulled me out, and Jay pulled his brother away, and we were good the next day. Totally forgot about everything. But Huey was great. Fuck, could he ever wail? Huey's a beauty. Like that's there's a Canadian concert for you.
That
2 boys going to fight.
Sounds pretty Canadian. Does really?
Yeah, it is pretty Canadian. Anyway, so we saw them, and April Wine's coming back.
Ooh, what?
In September. But do you like April Wine?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Get out of here. Prism?
What? I just asked Victor, say what?
Pick up a book. God.
What are you talking about?
These are rock and roll bands, man.
Never heard of them.
Buck Cherry and Biff Naked, maybe?
I know Buck Cherry. I mean, I hung out with the lead singer a few times.
Okay. Well,
when he was sober, him and his best friend, they bet on not NASCAR. What's the Busch? Oh, the Busch Cup Series, not the Major League NASCAR. He does the Busch Cup Series, and they bet on
Busch.com NASCAR.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about Gordon Lightfoot?
I know. I've heard of them.
The Sam Roberts Band. Those guys are good. And the Zolas. Actually, the Zolas.
Never heard of any of these people. Cool. Never heard. These are Canadian bands. I've heard of the Zolos. I've heard of the Zolos.
You've heard of the Zolos? Come on. I get it. Some music is coming back. Like concerts are coming back. I get it. What you're saying.
A lot of people just canceled more tours again.
Yeah, so I think I think it's going to be tough. Like
I'm really upset because Alanis Morissette was supposed to go on tour, and I don't think she's going to do it. It got canceled from last year. It was Alanis Morissette and freaking I can't remember who the other person is, but she's not on the bill anymore, so it doesn't matter. Oh, it was Liz Phair, but then Liz Phair bowed out, and I think Alanis Morissette's not doing it either.
I don't know.
What were you gonna say?
I was just thinking, like, I wouldn't mind seeing a concert. I get it; it's not 100% safe, but there's a few things that I miss. I miss monster trucks. We don't have great monster trucks out here, but we do have monster trucks the odd time.
You miss monster trucks.
That.
They just had monster trucks in downtown Hartford last weekend.
But I miss those types of things. Like, it doesn't mean I was gonna go. But I feel like I'm missing the opportunity to go. You know what I mean? Like I want the option to go kind of a little bit. I'm a little frustrated with that. So I wouldn't mind going to a concert. I think I will go to a concert soon. I feel like music to me, I listen to music every day all the time, but there's a few things in life that I don't do anymore that I miss. Like I miss looking at CDs at the CD store. Did you ever like doing that? Like
Yeah,
looking at albums
I
and
mean,
album
yeah.
art and stuff.
I wish records. Well, I can't believe records had died down for so many years. Now that they're back, and the sad part about that whole thing with records is, a lot of record stores went out of business right before records became popular again, which is terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, of course I used to love looking at CDs. Remember when CDs came in a thing that was about this big, that big cardboard
Yeah,
thing?
that big plastic thing that you had to hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we went. Oh God, such a good time to find CDs and see what was coming out and new music and stuff. You were excited.
I remember when I lived in downtown Syracuse, when I was doing a morning show there. I lived downtown, and they had this store. It was 3 floors, and it was called Savage Garden, I think it was called, something like
Great
that.
band.
Yeah.
Truly, madly, deeply.
Something along those lines. Something, maybe it wasn't called that, but it was something along those lines.
I wish
and,
it was.
And it was a huge record CD store, and they had DVDs, and they had a whole big, huge used section.
Okay.
Huge used section. And I would just go there, buy DVDs and CDs and records and all types of shit. And I would sell stuff, you know, if you didn't want, I had DVDs, because being on the morning show, you get sent so many things. Like I still have, like right up here, I know that I have the first ever episode of House that they sent as a promotional copy somewhere to me. And
Like House, the Doctor Show?
yeah, the Doctor Show with Hugh Laurie. Yeah. They used to send me 3 episodes of The Simpsons every season before The Simpsons started, just so I would talk about it on the air. Yeah, it's being on the radio in the morning. You get sent a lot of media because they want you to talk about this shit, man. You love that show? Yeah, it was a good show, right? I agree.
I think that there was a lot of good music that came out of those that you never really picked up on. Like what I was looking up the other day, the song Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty. Do you know what song that is?
I mean, these are things that I know exist, but like, what are you gonna bring up? Chuck Mangione next?
With it. You said Simpsons.
Chuck Mangione.
There's an episode where Lisa, she ends up something to do with her saxophone. She gets really good at it, and at the very end of the episode, she plays the saxophone from Baker Street.
Okay,
and
yeah,
it's really cool, like how they reference that.
The Simpsons also had a blues album. Did you purchase that?
No, Bleeding Gums Murphy.
I know who Bleeding Gums Murphy is.
I bought Bleeding Gums Murphys instead. Remember Bleeding Gums Murphy?
He actually had an album. I know. I bought the Simpsons Play the Blues album.
It was a Simpson album. There were 2 albums I bought as a kid. There was that and California Raisins Christmas.
Oh, Jesus Christ. California Raisins Christmas, man. Oh, my Lord.
California Raisins Christmas.
No, what did you do? Why? I mean, you didn't even smoke weed back then, and you still.
No, but remember the chipmunk one? Christmas.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Remember that one?
Oh, yeah, terrible, man, terrible.
What's wrong with that one?
Oh my God, I can still hear it.
Reverberating. How is that reverberating?
Because it was so high pitched and terrible. Oh my God, no.
I know, but it's not supposed to be great. It's supposed to be nostalgic and Christmassy.
You know what? Nostalgia for nostalgic's sake. Sometimes shit just sucks, and we gotta recognize that and let it just be.
They do a good version of the 12 Days of Christmas. That album.
Have you ever like watched something that you were that you rewatched because you were nostalgic about it, and then you were like, no, like you know what? There's music like that. There's videos and movies like that. There's everything like that. So nostalgia for nostalgia's sake, I think is a little bit much.
I just try to hold on to it because it's a good feel. Maybe for me because after I lost my mom, a lot of those memories I have are Christmas side. So I think maybe even though I don't like things like that, I'm like that. All I want for Christmas is a hippopotamus song. I want to gouge my eyes out when my mom was alive.
Never heard that.
I gouge my eyes out before I listen to that thing. You see me at Christmas with a glass of white wine and an ice cube in it, and I'm shaking, crying, listening to All I Want Is a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
I don't know if I had a slighted childhood or if you're just Canadian. I don't know. Does anybody else understand understand. I've never. You want a
You've never
hippopotamus
heard the
for
song
Christmas?
"All
Never.
I Want for Christmas is a Hippopotamus"?
Never. And here you are, like, professing your love
What
of the
are
song.
you talking about?
No,
Do you live on the moon?
no, Dominic the Donkey. I've heard before.
What, Dominic the Donkey?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
you've never heard that, Dominic the Donkey?
I get. It's like we don't even know each other anymore.
Seriously, man. Wow.
It's like I don't even know you.
I didn't realize that there was such a difference, man. I mean, you guys eat more mac and cheese than any other country in the world.
Do you know
so
if
good
you're
for
going to meet my parents?
I
we
don't think
need
I'm
get
going
to know
to.
each other a little bit.
No, I
better.
don't think so. I think it's scary. I don't think I'm prepared for that yet.
I don't think I'm ready yet. I don't know enough
That's
about you. We don't
weird.
eat that much mac and cheese, but I did see.
No,
on
you
the
guys,
TikTok-
you guys eat more mac and
Hold
cheese
on.
than any other country in the world. I saw that this week.
Get out of here, we do.
It's true. I saw that this week. Oh, Miss Henry
Yo, if
Henry
you guys
Porter
do
wants.
an episode on how gross kids are, can I be a guest speaker? We'll put you right there, right in the middle.
They're just they're little bundles of germs.
Yeah, we can't talk about kids on this podcast because this guy over here will sell them if we bring him on. He's an anti-kid.
Not an anti. I'm not an anti-kid.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk kid stuff. We could talk toys. I bet you'd be good at toys. You probably know a lot about toys, hey?
No, I'm not a collector of toys.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really been a collector of toys. I collect I have Star Wars abstract art on canvas and framed and shit. I'm more of
nerd
that
alert.
guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I have
alert.
nerdy shit, but I don't have like toys. Do you have any toys that you've
Yes,
collected?
I have. I actually have stuff. I have stuff at my dad's house. I have I have a whole bunch of my old toys, and then I have got packaged stuff that I bought to see if it goes up in value, and it has. Not crazy amounts. Like I'm not retiring, but
None of
I
this
could
stuff
definitely
is gonna-
get. I
none of
definitely
this
could
stuff.
get everybody a coffee if I sold one.
I watched a documentary recently on the 90s, and it was all about the Beanie Babies. Did you guys have a Beanie Baby
No,
push up there?
I hated those. I was playing Pog.
Well, I wasn't into Beanie Babies or anything like that, but people were hedging their retirements on Beanie Babies. There was a soap opera star that spent $100,000 on Beanie Babies, and they did it. When asked why they did it, they said, well, obviously for my kids' college fund. That's what Beanie Babies were. And guess what? Now they were originally $5, and that's why there was such, like, you buy something for $5. And at the most, the Beanie Babies, there was a Beanie Baby that was worth $8,000, somewhere around $8,000, $9,000. But now they're worth less than the $5 that you could originally buy them for.
They're worth less than the $5.
Yes, they're worth less than the $5.
Huh.
Because, well, there's a big story behind the whole thing.
That's like the Tickle Me Elmo thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't that thing worth like a gazillion dollars for a while?
Well,
And
it's
then
all
And now you find that thing in like a dumpster going.
supply and demand, baby. Supply and demand.
Yeah, okay. So
You
that
know?
was a supply and demand issue.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
what
get
it's all about. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
it. Do you think? I think things come in waves. Do you agree?
Yeah.
They're coming in waves, and like
Everything
the zombie
comes in
wave.
waves.
The zombie wave just ended. Remember, like zombies
Yeah,
was
oh,
big.
Jesus,
And that
zombies
wave
so
just
big.
ended, and you know, do you have any predictions of fads or trends that you think are coming?
Oh, you know what? I have no idea, man. I
heard a couple rumors.
All right, what are the rumors of trends?
Okay, the rumors I heard.
Are these Canadian trends or American
No,
trends?
no, this is world trends. This
All right,
is
world
I'm
trends.
hip.
Here we go.
Come on, I'm hip. I heard old-fashioned clothing coming back.
All right, but which old fashioned? Because right now, high-waisted jeans are back for women,
I'm
so
talking
that's
I'm talking like 60s, 50s clothing, dressing like that.
we're all gonna wear
And
hats
interior
again
of
in
houses
public.
changing. The interior of houses changing back. I can't see this though.
No
I
one's
just can't.
doing that.
I want to
Where
go
are you
for, no,
reading
that's
this?
What they're saying.
I call
No,
shenanigans.
This movement of old crap is coming back.
No.
But like, is it just me or like I want an elevator in my house that runs on air that goes?
No. I want
upstairs.
no. You want elevators. I want
don't want stairs.
hoverboards. Give me
Yeah,
hoverboards.
there you go.
I still to this day, the only
See?
person to ever make a hoverboard is Lexus.
See, Gibbs just said sweater vests and loafers are back. I told you it's coming.
Sweater
You're
vests are
gonna
back.
see.
Oh, sweater vests in the late 80s, early 90s were a thing again. I remember early 90s sweater vests were a thing. And I like, you know what, a good pair of loafers are nice.
I'm gonna start wearing shoulder pads.
Oh,
Fuck.
No, don't you
Just
dare
me
start wearing
sitting back
shoulder
here
pads.
with giant shoulders.
Bring back Howard the Duck, baby.
Oh my
Bring
God.
back Howard the Duck.
Adventures in babysitting.
Oh, man, they remade that. They did remake that. They did reboot that shit.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Oh
They
my
did.
God. I'm looking forward to seeing the remake of the He-Man.
Oh, yeah, the Kevin Smith thing. It's good.
Kevin Smith one. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
I do want to see it. So, but you know, I do want to see. I noticed there's a few like documentaries. Concerts are now coming back a little bit. There was a time where concerts were big on like DVDs. I remember.
Oh,
My
yeah.
parents had lots. There was one called the Hell Freezes Over Tour, the Eagles. If you like,
Yeah,
if
because
you
they
wanna
said
see,
they said that they. All right, well, what's his face? The lead singer of the Eagles, or the guitar player that wrote all the music from the Eagles, said that they in a
Glenn Frey?
quote, said that the Eagles wouldn't get back together unless hell freezed over. And that's where that the name of that tour stems from. But
Yeah.
you know what? Money talks, bullshit walks.
That's right. And man, what a great tour that was. It was an excellent tour. And
I
there's
lost
been
my
lots of
virginity
little bits-
to the Best of Eagles album, part 2, I believe.
Really?
In Cancun, it's true. To a girl from New Jersey named Esty. And thank you, Esty, for taking my innocence and crushing it. I appreciate you so very much. She was a very
Did
pretty.
she take it on a dark desert highway?
Close. It was on a beach in Cancun. She
So
was
definitely
she was
cool wind in your hair.
an
Sorry, I'll
older.
stop now.
She was an older. She was slightly older, a couple years older, and she was a very
Slightly
pretty blonde,
older? Like
blonde girl.
Did she take her teeth out when she slept?
No,
Or
no,
did
not
she
that
could-
old. She was
Oh,
like
okay.
17 or 16
Well,
or
I
some
just
shit.
confirming it for our listener.
17 or 18 or 19, somewhere in there. I don't remember how old, but she didn't take
When
her
you're in
teeth
love,
out.
when you're in love, numbers don't matter.
Oh no, yeah, yeah. It wasn't love. It was here. I want to show you something. And I went wide-eyed into the sandy distance of no return. Oh my lord!
Yeah, one of those you pull this, I'll poke that moment.
It didn't last for very
Oh,
long.
okay.
I
would hope not.
It was mostly filled with self-regret and wonderment of what did I just do?
And
What?
I'm sure it was also filled with sand.
Yeah, a lot of sand, and sand creates friction, kids. It's not as magical as Enchanted
No.
as they make it out to be in the movies, kids.
Great for the beach, terrible in the bed. I don't remember a song that I lost my virginity.
You
I
don't
think
remember
there
the
was
song
a
you lost your virginity to? Really?
I think there were, if anything, there was probably like, you know, in The Simpsons for Homer, like they go to Homer's head and it's
Yeah.
like doopa doopa dooda ba 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 dancing dancing. I think that was probably going on because I was probably like, too excited.
dancing.
Remember, like I was probably way too excited the whole time it was going on. Like there could have been a hurricane going on, somebody like a dog barking, but in my head, doopa doopa dooda ba boom, that's it. I just don't remember listening to a song.
All right.
But I do remember trying to get lucky at one of the Rainmaker rodeos. I know you make fun of me every time I say that, but
He's gonna get
but-
lucky at the Rainmaker Rodeo.
it rained.
Oh my
it
lord!
rained. That's why I didn't.
When it rains, it pours.
It rained. I was wasted and I was having a conversation with someone, and it was one of those moments where I thought it was going somewhere, and like the rain was her out. It was like 2 drops of rain. She's like, "Oh, it's raining. I gotta go." I'm like, "Oh, stupid rain." But now that I look back at it, I was like, it had nothing to do with rain.
No.
She just wanted to get out of there.
No, that was
I
never
like,
gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Lonely Nights with Hydra. Yeah. Yeah, just me and my music.
Oh, you must have been an awkward teenager, anyways.
What was the final song? What was your graduation song?
I didn't go
Do you
to
have
my
one?
I didn't go to my graduation.
What is it? Do you? I did. I don't.
I have no idea. I went to all boys schools. We didn't Catholic schools. We didn't do. I don't think we did songs for graduation. We did "Let Us Out the F***ing Door."
Okay, well, sorry. We had females in ours, and
No.
we actually did things like go to dances.
No, we didn't
Yeah.
go. Yeah, well,
So-
we had the Mercy girls down the street. There were the girls of Perpetual Mercy from down the street there. And
So did you stand outside of their windows singing them songs?
no, never. I didn't. I wasn't saying anything.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Forget it.
No,
can picture
I didn't do that. I didn't do
Just
that.
Snapping your fingers. What do you think of Barbershop Quartet?
I think the episode of The Simpsons with the B Sharps is one of the funniest episodes. But besides that, Barbershop Quartet can go f itself. And anybody that's in a barbershop quartet these days with the shoes and the mustache and the hats and all that stuff, seriously, dude, what the f are you thinking? Get a life. That's what I think about it.
I kind of like it.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, my God.
I'd bring it. I'd bring it.
Oh my
If
God.
you said to me, you know how in movies where people bring like a violinist or a mariachi band in a loving moment, I would bring a barbershop quartet to
Oh
mine.
no, no.
He loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you, loves you.
Have you ever done that
See-
for an anniversary with your wife?
No, never.
All right, well,
No.
thank God and don't.
No, I'm too cheap. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, the condom broke.
James Brown, I Feel Good was my graduation
I
song.
love James Brown.
There you go. Mine was, I think ours was Vitamin C, the graduation song.
Oh
was
my
playing at
God,
the time.
you guys
Yeah.
are so bland. You guys are French vanilla ice
I
cream, man.
know. Basic bitches over here.
So basic.
Might as well just order a Starbucks.
Canada gave up and bought a graduation package. Like, you know?
Did I tell you about my haircut?
Yeah.
And the guy did my hair, he pulled it to the side.
Yeah, was he a priest as well?
And I almost said to him, I don't, like, I was very angry in my head. But then I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, cool, dad power. It just went up 10% with that haircut. So I left it. And when I got home, 100% dad power, 10%. Yeah, I'm going to get some really, really tight blue jeans. I'm going to listen to Tom Cochrane and Red Rider. Or Tom Petty, something like that.
Life is
Bruce
a
Springsteen.
highway.
Yeah, Bruce
That's
Springsteen.
Tom
See,
Cochrane,
you know Tom
right?
Cochrane? He's
Yeah.
Canadian.
That dude was Canadian. Good for him. No wonder he only had one hit.
What about
over
Bryan
here.
Adams?
Oh yeah, we hate Bryan Adams. We know
You know
Bryan
what I s-
Adams because Kevin Costner made him famous.
You know, well, because of, yes, Robin Hood. But you know what one of my favorite songs is? You're going to hold this to me. It's a song by Bryan Adams and Mel C from Spice
Girls. Yeah, they had a song
Yeah.
together.
You know that
Wow.
song, right?
No,
She's
hold
got
on a second. Let's just hold on.
Great
Let's
tune.
before
Great tune.
you tell us about the song, let's just think about that for a second. In all the world, right? They were like, somewhere in the world, somebody was like, "Hey, you know what we really need?" No, I'm not quite sure. What do we really need? I think we need a Bryan Adams, Mel C, Spice Girls compilation. Yeah, we're gonna need them to get together
But
and
that
do
is
something.
like, you know what that was? That was like when you're wasted, you come home in the middle of the night and you put two foods together and it ends up being the most epic thing in the world.
That was just because
happened.
Victoria Beckham got married and Baby Spice wasn't available. That's all that was.
And Scary Spice was just way
That's-
too scary.
That's
so-
all that was.
God, I'm just saying.
Kenny Loggins, Bryan Adams. Oh, I'll take Kenny Loggins every day. Every day
I'll
over
take
Bryan
Kenny
Adams
Loggins.
because
Yeah.
of Archer, man. Danger Zone.
I love the song "I'm Free" by Kenny Loggins. That's a great tune. It's like on every '80s movie. You can get that song. And you're like,
Every
"Okay, this is a good tune."
Kenny Loggins song is on every 80s movie.
Yeah, you're
Kenny
right.
Loggins encapsulated the 80s movie. Like I think of Tom Cruise and cocaine when I think of Kenny Loggins, man.
I do too. I
Well,
slightly
good. I'm
do, too.
glad.
I get an '80s boner when I think of Kenny Loggins.
Ah,
I'm just saying.
it's such a good time. Footloose, yes,
Footloose.
exactly. Kevin
Yeah.
Bacon just got a boner somewhere. He's like, ooh, somebody mentioned Footloose. And he
Oh
also
my
got
God.
5 cents.
Kevin Bacon, hey?
Kevin Bacon, yeah.
You know when he does
He's
that,
got a band with his
you know when
brother.
he does that jump in Footloose off of the he's coming out of the dance and he does like that leaping kick jump.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's like the lamest looking jump in the kick jump in the world. When I think of it, the worst kick jump, I always reference back to Kevin Bacon jump. Like it's like the ugliest looking kick jump. I don't know. I just want to watch.
He's got a band,
now.
the Bacon Brothers, man. Him and his brother
I
tour.
know he's got a band.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Remember in what was the movie where he went invisible?
The Invisible Man.
Is that what it was
I
called?
don't know.
I don't know.
I
It was
don't
called something
know.
else. Anyways, in that movie, I remember his body gets sprayed in water, and I just remember E.T. Canada. I remember saying like, "Was that Kevin Bacon's wiener?" Like they didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. Like it's like the silhouette of the water hit him, and you could tell like the size, and it was like this big thing at the time. And I have
Really?
no
You guys
idea
made a
why
big
I
deal on a
remember
Kevin Bacon's dick. Good for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
You know what?
everybody wanted to know.
I love the fact that Canada can rally against simple things like Kevin Bacon's dick.
What else? Canada wants to know: was that Kevin penis, or was
Kevin-
that a stunt wiener?
Kevin, for all of us here in Canada, was
Yeah.
that your penis?
There were things that wanted me to be American,
Like
watching
what?
watching the Wonder Years. Thank
Hollow
you,
Man. Hollow Man was the
Hollow Man,
movie.
thank you.
Yes.
But like watching the Wonder Years made me want to be Canadian.
You know, the
American.
Wonder Years is coming back. They're rebooting the Wonder Years, and they're
Who's
doing
playing in it?
well, I'm not exactly sure, but they're doing this whole promotion that night where each of the characters, it's on like ABC or whatever, each of the characters from the original Wonder Years, Fred Savage, the father, and Winnie are all going to make guest appearances on different shows. One's going to be on not Modern Family because that's not on the air anymore. The Goldbergs, the dad is going to be on the Goldbergs. Fred Savage is going to be on one of the other shows, and then Winnie is going to
Don
be on.
Cheadle is going to narrate it as older Dean.
Okay.
And Dean, yeah, I can see this.
I like Don
It's
Cheadle.
September 22nd, 2021. The Wonder Years upcoming coming of age comedy television series created by whatever, inspired by 1988 series the same name. It stars E.J. Williams as Dean Williams. He follows life as he grows up in Montgomery, Alabama in the late 1960s.
Oh,
So it looks
shit.
like it's going to be
It's going to be
Southern.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be different, that's
Cool.
for sure. And I'll Don Cheadle host
I like
narrating,
Don
and I
Cheadle.
love Don Cheadle.
Cheadle's funny, man.
Don Cheadle's
I
great.
like Don Cheadle.
I'm happy about that. That'll be interesting.
I think it's going to be good.
But
It can't be.
what's going to be the iconic song? Because the Wonder Years
They just
had
have
an
to they
iconic
just gotta use
opening.
it. They got to use it. They got to use it.
Yeah, you think they're going to use the same thing? I don't think so.
You got it.
I don't think
you're,
so.
You're stupid if you don't.
All right. Well, we're going to
what's
find
gonna
out.
Make, that's what's going to make the connection to keep it strong. The connection's strong, but allowing it to be its own thing.
I wonder.
It has
I
to be
wonder.
that song.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep the
What would you
song.
do
If I sang out of tune.
Oh
I mean,
my
come on.
God.
It's
Chills.
iconic. It's an iconic opening. But
I think, yeah.
here's the funny part: is it's going to take place roughly about the same time than as the original Wonder Years took
Yeah,
place.
60. So
Yeah.
I guess it would be just the. It's going to be interesting how well they do the set. Like if it's going to be suburbs, it's going to be more apartment style. Like hard to say, right?
Yeah.
I hope it's just a different spin on the suburbs again. I do.
Oh, I hope so as
it-
well.
I think there could be a lot of range there in that. Seeing another side of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
There was a few shows that came back years later that were pretty good, I thought. My nieces, I remember I was watching them. This was a few years back. And do you remember I came up with, when I was younger, I think it was like Boy Meets World was out there. I wasn't too young, but Boy Meets World, but they did Girl Meets World. And
Well, that
that's,
70s show had
and-
that 80s show for like 3 episodes.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one. That 80s show wasn't that good. But
No.
the that one was pretty good. The 90210 remake was just horrendous.
What are you why are we even
And the Saved by the Bell one too was horrendous.
they had a bunch of
Yeah.
them. Why are you wasting your time
Well, I'm just
watching this stuff?
saying, but no, I'm just saying what I'm talking about.
That
I'm
80s
just
show was a
saying.
disaster, Tog, and I was excited for it. I was excited for that 80s show. I rememder when they announced it, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be great. And it was just a disaster. And that 70s show was awesome, man. I really enjoyed that show. Still, that show holds up. And the music was really important. I think the music was important. That, and just like the Dazed and Confused, that made Matthew McConaughey, Ben Affleck, like all these people became famous off of being in that film. And the soundtrack to that film was huge. And you know what, typically soundtracks, I mean, there was back when our parents were around, there was a few soundtracks out, like Love Story, you know, was one for a movie, but soundtracks weren't a big deal. But I remember Dazed and Confused was a soundtrack that you had to have. Dirty Dancing was a soundtrack that every girl had to have. You know, I remember Judgment Day, not a great movie, but had a great soundtrack where they had rock and rap acts all met together. I think like De La Soul and Teenage Fan Club did a song together. Ice Cube and Ice-T were on that album with other people. Like, it was just, that was really cool stuff. Gossip Girl, Miss Henry Porter says that's bad.
Whenever I think of Ice-T, I think of the movie Surviving the Game.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie where he was being hunted.
That's the only thing I reference Ice-T. I never liked Ice-T's music that much. It was okay. It was nothing like I'd be like, I want to go get the album.
What about Body Count? Body Count, I bought that album in Canada. I was on a school trip to Montreal, and at that time, because Tipper Gore was here making everybody slap those parental stickers on things and whatnot, you couldn't get the Cop Killer song on the album unless you bought it in Canada. So I bought that album in Canada, and
Canada's hard as fuck.
And also, here's the funny thing is last I don't know, a month, 2 months ago or whatever, I've interacted with Ice-T a couple times on Twitter because of that.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
To me, Ice-T was never anybody that I was like, I wanted to go out of my world to.
New Jack City, baby? What about it?
Yeah, but that's different. That's the acting was different.
Yes. Great flick with Gary Busey.
He's a pretty good actor.
He is a good actor.
I didn't mind him in anything. Gary Busey, yeah.
Dude, he's been on one of those Law and Order SVUs or whatever. Or
has he?
For like 18,000 years.
I didn't know that LL Cool J was on CSI.
Yeah, and so is Ice-T, man. They're all on these shows.
I didn't realize that. Is that where rappers go to retire?
That and LL Cool J, his last album, he did the vocals. He recorded the vocals here in Connecticut at my buddy's studio, and I've been there. There you go. Boom. I can wrap that shit up.
What a fairy tale ending, hey?
Yeah, right.
Grow up in the ghetto.
Oh yeah, right.
Sing about your life.
Yeah.
Hardcore rapper.
Talk about your sneakers.
You smash it out there. Yeah. Get a couple Grammys. Hard as fuck. Maybe even get shot.
Boom.
You never know, and then retire as an actor on CSI.
And you know, there's a
fairy tale story.
You know, Common, the rapper Common, he's Canadian, isn't he?
Common, yeah.
Well, all he needs is a Tony, and he'll have the I Got. All of them.
Does he?
Yeah. All he needs.
So he's just got to go into theater.
Yeah, he's just got to go into theater, man.
Right?
Yeah, he's just got to go into theater. And here's the funny thing is the duo Matt Stone and Trey Parker, if they hadn't lost the Oscar for Best Musical that year, when South Park Bigger, Better, and Uncut came out, they would have an I Got already.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit, man.
Well, we talked about this last episode, or that there 6 more seasons of South Park, so that's going to be really good. I'm really excited about that.
And what about Les Claypool doing the opening of that freaking show, South Park, man? Les Claypool, Primus, those guys. Primus is now touring. Primus is right now or was about to tour. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were touring as a Rush cover band. Did you know that? Your famous Canadian band Rush.
I don't mind Rush. I know everyone's gonna go, you're Canadian, you don't love Rush. I like Rush. I don't love Rush. But I'd rather listen to Primus.
Blasphemous.
Wow, Nota's got a big brown beaver in and she strokes it all the time. Yep.
When we were putting together the Black Crow's show. They were doing you play, the sound people play music while they're testing everything, and they played. I don't know the band. I didn't get a chance to ask the sound guy, but they played a Spanish version of My Name Is Mud. So it was just dun 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 dun. Me llamo Mud. It was awesome, dude. It was the great all day long. I was like, me llamo Mud.
Did you ever watch any of these concert movies?
Yeah, the Rush ones
what's it
especially.
called? Elton John one and the Queen one. And...
Oh, those, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody and
yeah. What'd you think?
Now, well, I liked both of them, but here's the thing: is the dude who played Elton John, Taggart Egron or whatever his name is, he sang all of the songs himself. He sang all of it himself. It took him over a year to record them, to get them to be as good as Elton John, and Andy acted and did all that, and then the dude Rami, whatever, wins an Oscar.
Rami Malkin or whatever.
And he wins an Oscar for lip syncing.
I know. I agree. They were both really good. Like the range of the acting for Rami Malkin on for Freddie was crazy, right? Like how close that was.
Oh yeah.
They said, right? But it reminded me of watching the Andy Kaufman with Jim Carrey. Like that's how good that was.
But there's a documentary on Jim Carrey going crazy making that.
Yeah, I saw that
film. I couldn't watch the documentary because it was so. I couldn't tell if he was being Andy Kaufman, as in Andy Kaufman did bits that made you wonder if it was Andy Kaufman or not. So I'm wondering if Jim Carrey was doing a bit making us think if it was Jim Carrey doing Andy Kaufman, being Jim Carrey was doing Andy Kaufman.
I think that was his way of doing what Andy
Kaufman. It was just this big circular mind that he was getting into, and I couldn't watch it, but I've read all of the books and stuff, and I was a huge to this day still a big Andy Kaufman fan. I wish I was big enough to just come on stream and eat a freaking gallon of ice cream or something and say nothing and just do shit like that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think it was great. I like watching the concert ones. I think the Elton John one was great. It was a different. It's not the same as the Queen one. If you're going to watch a movie and you want to watch a movie, you watch the Queen one. If you want to watch a musical, you watch the Elton John one. And you can't.
They were
compare
both
them.
Excellent.
They're apples and oranges, but they're both just as good. But there was the Jim Morrison Doors one. That movie was great, man. They did a lot of music in there. Val Kilmer played Jim. That was an excellent movie. If you haven't seen that one,
Val Kilmer's got a new documentary on about getting his voice back.
Yeah,
they gave him his voice back. Apparently he had terrible throat cancer and whatnot, but technology has given him his voice back and whatnot. So there you go. It's all wrapped up. Val Kilmer in that Doors movie, fantastic. Fantastic movie. I remember what the first time I got super drunk. I threw up to watching that movie. It was awesome. My girlfriend at the time, Casey, went home. She had enough of me.
Really?
Yeah, I drank to wrap it all up in a bow and put a nice little Canadian freaking stamp on it. I drank a bottle of Canadian Club whiskey. That's what it was. Man.
Oh, CNC. Yeah, little CNC. Canadian Club.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, that stuff will make you.
Didn't treat me well.
Make you hurl.
Yeah,
that'll make you hurl. Yeah, that stuff's gross.
I hurled all over the place.
Yeah, that stuff's gross. So, yeah. Well, that kind of brings us to the end of the show almost here, everybody. So we'll touch base. I know that we've had a little bit of a rough schedule here the last couple times. But we're still going strong, you guys. Life happens, but we're really happy with the support that you guys give us. We see that the podcasts are being listened to. It's on my YouTube. There's the rewatch here on Logan's channel, and then obviously you guys coming by and supporting us while we're here. We're hoping to keep this going as long as we can. We have a lot of fun doing it. Some people ask us, like, what do you guys do to get this? A few people have asked me already, what do you guys do to get this prepared? Another person today asked me, and the honest to God truth is, it's just me and Logan have a really good time talking to each other. So I think that's why we enjoy doing this so much. And we spend about an hour before the show kind of just to the point where we talk so much to each other that we're like, oh, we should save that for the show. Oh, we should. Oh, wait.
And I
hold on,
even
we should
forgot
save
to
that.
tell one of
That's
the
really good.
stories.
Like, that's really good.
Yeah.
Wait. And then I'm like, well, I'll hear it again. Like, it's a good story. I'll hear it again. So you guys know that we really do truly enjoy what we're doing, and we thank you guys for coming by. I think the next
You had
next
homework
podcast we're
for us,
gonna
didn't
have-
you?
What's that?
You have homework for us for the next broadcast, right?
I do have homework for the next broadcast. So we're gonna go back into some gaming. So the homework we have is we both found a game. It's called The Surge 2. It's on Game Pass. We're both gonna play it. We're both gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about some video games again. And get back into video games a little bit for the next podcast. So I really hope Logan gets to play a lot of different games. I've played a lot of different games lately. I'm going to try a few different ones in this next week or 2 weeks off the Xbox Game Pass. Let you guys know what I think. See if I can find something that's kind of cool for you guys to be able to check out. But that's where we're going to head to in 2 weeks from now. So you'll see in a week, the podcast will be available on Spotify or the YouTube channel. And then back again, we'll be watching it on here for the recap next week. I just want to say thanks to everybody for watching. And I will be back Monday night on the Facebook. Thank you, Logan, for everything. Let's take us away.
All right. Well, with that being said, everybody, thanks for being here. I'll be back live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Twitch. I'm playing Apex Legends. Come by, say hi, make friends, and then kill them. Thank you for being here. I know you could be anywhere in the world today, and I appreciate that you were here with us. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.